Thank you, Brian, and good morning, everyone. And it's a pleasure to welcome you to this very special event on a very special day at Northern Kentucky University. And it is an important day. It is an historic day for our university and in particular for our athletics program. Just moments ago, our Board of Regents unanimously approved an agreement, a formal agreement for our university to become the next member of the Horizon League. We will, under the terms of that agreement, we will become a member of the Horizon League effective July 1, 2015, and beginning next academic year, we will play a complete league schedule, and we're excited about that. So whenever I'm out in the community here in Northern Kentucky, when I'm visiting high schools, when I'm in Cincinnati, when I'm in Frankfort, and as many of you know, I traveled all across the Commonwealth this past year, from Pikeville to Paducah. Whenever I'm out talking about our university, I am always reminded about the important role that intercollegiate athletics, the important role that athletics plays in people's perception of our university and the reputation of the university. We know that our athletics program and our outstanding student athletes, they stimulate school pride, they help us with recruiting other students, they help us with marketing and fundraising for the university, and they make campus life more vibrant and engaging for all of us. Now, our transition to Division I thus far has been very successful. Last fall, I'll just give you a couple of the highlights. Last fall, both our men's and women's soccer team and our volleyball team all advanced to the conference semifinals tournament. And J.J. Weber successfully defended his conference championship in cross country the second year in a row. And our men's cross country team finished second in the conference for the second year in a row. Our men's basketball team continued to play the nation's toughest opponents last year. As you know, we hosted West Virginia, and we traveled to Madison, Wisconsin, where we faced the eventual national runner-up team, the Wisconsin Badgers. And as you may have heard just last week, Coach John Brannon will lead the Norse across the river to face Xavier in men's basketball on November 23rd. Our women's basketball team, our outstanding women's basketball team, made it all the way to the conference title game this year and earned its third consecutive postseason tournament berth. Very important to all of us during this transition in the classroom, our outstanding student athletes continue to excel there as well. Last fall, our student athletes recorded the highest combined grade point average since we started tracking student athlete GPAs in 1983. That cumulative GPA was the highest in the history of our university. It was 3.22. 95 student athletes last fall, 95 student athletes posted a GPA of 3.5 or higher. And 15 of our student athletes last fall earned a spot on our university's honors list, on the president's honors list, by posting a perfect 4.0. And which brings me then back to our announcement this morning. The Horizon League offers a great geographic fit for NKU. Institutions located in Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, and Wisconsin. We will now be able to use athletics even more effectively as a student recruitment tool. Being a member of the Horizon League will increase public awareness about NKU across Ohio and in some of the nation's top media markets. This move will also help us to better engage our alumni and allow them to come to sporting events and support our teams. We have more than 14,000 alumni living in the states covered by the footprint of the Horizon League. Being closer to our conference peers will also bring other benefits. There are currently 7 Horizon League schools that are within 300 miles of our university. And in just a minute, Ken will talk about what that means for our student athletes and for our fans. But we also estimate significant savings on travel costs and the opportunity for increased exposure and revenue through enhanced ticket sales, sponsorships, and a variety of other activities. So this has been an exciting 3 years. We made the move to Division I because we wanted to be on a big stage and because we wanted to be aligned with similar aspirational institutions. And as we prepare for our final reclassification year, the Horizon League will position us well to leverage and build upon the investments that we've already made in our athletics program. Now, about 3 years ago, just a little over 3 years ago, when I was appointed as the president of Northern Kentucky University, I said one of the things that compelled me to come and to bring my family here to Northern Kentucky University is that this is an institution on the rise. And today proves once again that this is an institution, a university on the rise. And our horizon has never been brighter. And so with that, I'm going to introduce Ken Butoff to tell you a little bit more about the benefits of this move. Ken.
Well, thank you, President Mearns. I'd first like to extend an offer of gratitude to President Mearns, to the Board of Regents of Northern Kentucky University, the Board of the Horizon League, and Commissioner John LaCrone for making today possible at Northern Kentucky University. It's an exciting day, a historic day for Norse Nation. Northern Kentucky University and its athletics is in a time of transition, and sometimes things happen more quickly than we anticipate. I certainly have found that with today's announcement and the improvement of many of our sport programs during this time frame, I think we can all agree, as President Mearns mentioned, that NKU athletics is on the rise. Now, the next progression in the growth of Norse athletics is to continue to align ourselves with institutions and organizations that share similar aspirations within our geographic footprint. If you examine our mission, our vision, and our core values in athletics, you will find a few ideals that keep reoccurring. First, our commitment to the well-being of our student athletes. Second, we want to engage both the university community and the community at large locally. And finally, we want to establish meaningful relationships with alumni, friends, and fans of Norse athletics. We believe we'll be able to achieve all of those ideals in the Horizon League. There are many reasons the Horizon League is a perfect fit for Northern Kentucky University, but none are more important than the benefits that it will bring to our student-athlete well-being. 7 of the institutions in the Horizon League are located within 300 miles. That, of course, will result in reduced travel time. And most importantly, it will result in less missed class time. The geographic location of these schools also means shorter travel time for our fans, for our alumni, for our students, opening up many opportunities for Norse Nation to rise up, support the Norse, and begin to build and also restore some geographic rivalries. I believe our student athletes in our department will also benefit from the increased exposure and visibility that the Horizon League will bring. The national reputation of the Horizon League in securing a media rights deal that places all of our events on the ESPN family of networks. And the Horizon League's footprint places the league in 5 of the top 35 media markets nationally. The geographic location of the Horizon League, coupled with their exposure both in this region and on the national landscape, will help our coaches recruit the type of student athletes, the men and women, from each of these important areas. For each of these reasons and many more, Northern Kentucky University and the Horizon League are a perfect fit. Now, as many of you may know, I have a bit of history with the Horizon League. Throughout my 11 years there, John LaCrone has done an excellent job developing the successful vision, and we're also excited to join at a time when they also have a newly completed strategic plan. Because of the Horizon League's efforts and John's efforts, they're positioned well positioned to sustain success on the national level. So John, thank you again for welcoming Northern Kentucky to the Horizon League. And ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Horizon League Commissioner John LaCrone.
Okay, everybody. Ken really thinks that's going to get him another shot on the golf course. It is not. You still have to give me two aside. And I can tell he's been working on his golf game. He looks kind of tan, doesn't he? I shouldn't say that in front of his boss, Jeff. So, gosh, we're excited to be here. And you know what's so great? Seeing the students. This is going to be a lot of fun. And we do this for you. And that's why we are so excited to be here. And thanks to Jeff and again to Ken. And where's Dennis? I just got to meet Dennis. Where's Dennis? Dennis, would you stand up, please? Your board chair. I think he deserves a round of applause. These things are not easy. I've been doing this for 23 years, and I have been on both sides of this equation. And for your board, and for your president, and for your board chair, these are difficult things. And so, Dennis, thank you for your engagement on this, for your commitment, for your effort, and really look forward to working with you. You know, it's so good to see the level of excitement here on your campus. So on behalf of the Horizon League Board of Directors and our board chair, Antoine Garibaldi, we'd like to officially welcome you to the Horizon League. Thank you. We are thrilled. We share in your enthusiasm. And you know, Ken and Jeff have talked a lot about fit. And you know, the addition of Northern Kentucky is only part of a long-range vision framed by our strategic plan. And our plan speaks not only to who we are, but who we want to be and how we're going to get there. And as you consider NKU's vision, mission, and values, you will see this incredible amount of alignment. The school aligns with our mission, vision, and values. And everything we do in the Horizon League begins with our values. The values of student-athlete well-being, stewardship, respect, and integrity. And our vision is to be highly competitive and nationally recognized while developing student-athletes to their full potential. Our mission is to provide athletic competition, programs, and services that support the member institution educational missions and values. So it is indeed a fit. At the Horizon League, we run 19 championships. We have over 2,000 student athletes competing. And it's through these events that we add to the college experience for our students. At the core is student development, which we hope is transformational. Of these 19 championships, we're proud of our newest partnership with Olympia Entertainment that we announced on Friday to host our men's championship in the city of Detroit, of which a significant piece will focus on engaging our students in learning opportunities. We're also committed to telling stories. This is being carried live today on ESPN3. And we have these wonderful stories about our young people, not only what they do, but who they are. And we're excited to tell the stories about the Northern Kentucky University student athletes. You know, we also have this wonderful partnership with ESPN that Ken referred to for over 25 years. We're proud to be one of their longest tenured partners. And aside from our over-the-air platforms, our schools this year did an unbelievable job elevating events to ESPN3. We will deliver over 400 live events this year to ESPN3 as part of the Horizon League Network. And we hope to deliver over 500 next year at an even higher quality. As we work to provide these programs and services with the help of over 500 on-campus practitioners, our long-range plan also guides us in the stewardship of our resources and effective and efficient decision-making through a sound governance structure. So why are we here today? We're here to celebrate. We're here to celebrate a new beginning with Northern Kentucky. But just as importantly, we're here to celebrate the past and future accomplishments of our student athletes. So on behalf of the Horizon League Board and our membership, thank you so much for inviting us to be part of this historic day. And we look forward to a long and successful relationship. Jeff, come on up. Welcome. We're glad to have you. It's great to be here.
At this time, we will open the floor to members of the media for questions. Please raise your hand and wait to be called upon. In order to ensure our viewers on the broadcast can hear your question, please wait for one of the 2 wireless microphones. Also, for the benefit of the speakers and the audience at home, please introduce yourself and your affiliation.
Richard Skinner from Local 12. John, just over the ESPN portion of it, ESPN, ESPN2, and that not the ESPN3, how many games a week, men and women, do you usually have on and may be on 2015-16? Basketball.
Do I need to push? Oh, you can hear me. Are you talking about our linear platform? Or?
Yeah, just games themselves on ESPN, ESPN2, and ESPNU.
We've got a pretty solid package of games on ESPNU. Billy Potter, and by the way, I failed to do one thing, so thanks for reminding me. Billy, there's Billy Potter from our staff, and Julie Rolash is here. A round of applause for them. They not only got me here on time, they got me to the Starbucks on time. So Billy, you know the details. How many games are we going to have on our linear platform this year, this coming year? And then how many will we have on the American Sports Network, which is our new, we have an arrangement with ASN, which is another level of over-the-air television.
At least 10 with the room to grow on that side as well.
And of course, our men's championship is on ESPN, and our women's championship is also on the ESPN linear platforms. You can see why I brought them, right? Because they have the answers. Thank you. Thank you for the question.
Shannon Russell, Cincinnati Enquirer. Ken, you talked about how much the figure of the money would save by being in this geographical footprint. How will that change your travel? Will you be doing more bus rides, fewer plane rides? How will that work with your teams?
Yeah, will certainly mean there are 7 institutions within 300 miles, and so certainly that provides the opportunity for us to use our charter travel much more in this conference instead of flying our teams. And so we think for most of our sports within the geographic region of the Horizon League, it will be charter travel. And there may be instances where we have to fly based on potentially some class schedules or just a single game within the Horizon League, but certainly within our conference and our league, it will change our travel dramatically. The other piece to that is when we do fly, we have to be at the airport early in the morning. And so by being able to travel by bus, our student athletes will now be able to be in class during the morning, then have their opportunity to get on the bus and to travel the day before.
Richard Skinner from Local 12 again. John, will the NKU's teams be able to participate in conference tournament play this season or have to wait until after? So right away?
Yeah, they'll be able to play this year in our championships.
All right, so if they were to win it again, it would be the same thing as what happened to the ASUN this past year. The next team would be able to go?
Right, we'll talk about that. We have May meetings coming up in Indianapolis, and we'll discuss with our executive council exactly how we would manage if Northern Kentucky would win a championship, which we hope they do, by the way. And then we would figure out who would be our NCAA tournament representative from that standpoint.
Any other questions? Just kidding.
I'll go again. Richard Skinner from Local 12. Ken, did you guys feel any obligation to the ASUN? I mean, they invited you in from the get-go from this transformation and allowed you to participate in a conference tournament this year. How hard was that because they were the first ones to invite you guys in?
Yeah, I think, obviously the changing landscape of college athletics oftentimes makes that challenging. We certainly look at what benefits our student athletes, the travel time and the well-being of them in certainly this decision with the Horizon League.
Okay, all right now.
One more logistical
All right.
question, John.
We have a commissioner's penalty box for guys
right.
like you.
This will be maybe the last one.
That's fine.
You guys go round robin inside the league for basketball, home and home?
Say again?
Round robin inside the league, home and home for
Yes,
basketball?
we'll do
18
double,
conference games?
18 games. Yep.
All right, thank you. At this time, President Mearns, Ken Butoff, and Commissioner LaCrone will make their way to room 106 for media one-on-ones. Men's basketball head coach John Brannon, women's basketball head coach Don Plitzowite, volleyball head coach Liz Hart, basketball player Jalen Billups, and women's basketball player Kelly Wigman will also be available for media one-on-ones in room 106. Thank you.